Hello and welcome to It Was All a Dream official podcast. I am your host, Ashley Greggins, and today we are on episode 16. Now, today's guest is Beth and she owns Boosted. Boosted started from her bedroom floor, and somebody who's trying to crack the TikTok game. I have looked up to this girl for so long. Personally, I needed to just sit down and pick her brains, but it's been a fantastic episode to get to know her and also to get to find out that she actually had a lot of the tools that she already needed to run this successful business. I know you're going to enjoy it, and guys, please subscribe. Beth, how are you?
I'm good, are you?
Do you know you're the only one who I kind of relate with, Beth from Boosted? That's what I wanted
Everyone
to say.
does. Yeah. Everyone goes, you're the tit tape girl. I go, yeah, I know.
You're the only one that I actually wanted to call you by your business name and not your actual name.
People do it all the time. They go, are you Boosted? And I'm like, yeah.
My name is Beth.
Yeah.
How do you find? Because I'm a little bit like that. Like I'm just going right in with it. But being the face and your brand, do you feel like it's your identity now?
It definitely is, and it was a big decision to make me the face of it. I remember when I started it, I wasn't even going to tell anyone I was starting it. And then I felt like I relate to brands that I know the owner, like not like personally, but you see their face. And I think people want to support me. I've shown them from my bedroom floor. So then they can relate to a person more than just like a brand name, I think.
100%, but it is so true, because I knew of you before I knew you, and I was like following the story and stuff like that. But for people that have been living underneath a rock, I'm sure there's not many, but for people that do, just explain exactly what your business is.
So Boosted Tape started as just a boob tape company. I'm a fuller bust myself, so I could never wear things that were already on the market. Strapless bras hurt. If you've got a fuller bust, you know how painful that is when you're walking around. So we started off, we've got 6 shades of the boob tape. So no matter your skin tone, your outfit, anyone can wear Boosted. We expanded quickly into then like nipple covers, removal body oil that takes the tape off, because the amount of people that rip it off your skin, never rip it off your skin. And then we have then moved on to our anti-chafe balm, which went viral in the summer. Huge. It went crazy. And then we've just launched lip balms and boob masks as well.
By the way, love the lip balm. Absolutely. I've just put it on before we start.
It's amazing. I always say it's not, I sound like a Marks and Spencer's advert, because I'm like, it's not a normal lip balm. I use nipple balm on my lips for years. It's one of my first viral TikToks that I've done myself. And I used it for years, so we formulated it into a little mini lip balm.
It's gorgeous. It is. I love the application, love everything about it. So take me back first of all. So just before you started your business and stuff, because obviously I need to get into how you even come up with this and how you started. But what was your first ever job?
I worked in Next when I was the day after my prom. So I had orange fake tan on and big gold sparkly nails. And I always was in retail for absolute years. So I worked in Boo Avenue, which is obviously a bra shop as well. I knew a lot of people. That job probably gave me more insight that I'm not the only one that struggles with bras and the body image. And then I worked in social media. I went to uni, done marketing, fashion promotion was what it was called. So everything from graphics, marketing strategies, web development, packaging, all that. And then my first job in the industry, I was a buyer for a fashion brand. Didn't have any experience in it. They trained me from the bottom, was flown to China, went to Paris twice a month. Like, for that year of my life was amazing. And then, went on to social media marketing roles then in other companies.
So you had all the tools, didn't you, really?
I was doing it for everyone else, so I thought I'm going to do it for myself.
And was that a decision? Was that something that you just thought?
Yeah, I went freelance for a while. I left my full-time job. I knew I wanted to work for myself, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. So I went freelance for a while, offering social media. I was learning TikTok with TikTok. It was when it launched. So they were giving me, I'd go to London and meet with them and they'd train me up on different stuff. So I was given that as a service, because it's hard to learn it. They don't show you it easily. You've got to try and find ways around. So I've done that for a while. Started Boosted actually to promote my freelance work. I thought, how can I tell brands that I can do this for them if I've not done it myself? So that's why I started Boosted on TikTok, and then it blew up, and now Boosted's my life.
It literally is your life, and it is one of the very well-known brands off TikTok, isn't it? Like, I feel like if you say TikTok, Boosted is going to come into a conversation.
I think when we started the brand, it was very different because we started it for TikTok. Instagram was our second thought we always used to just reuse anything from TikTok onto Instagram. I say we, it was me,
Yeah.
all of us. But we started it for TikTok, and we done it with TikTok, which at the time they were really pushing small businesses. They didn't have the big brands on the platform at that point. No one was taking it seriously. So they were giving out as much as they could to get us on the platform. And I think it really did help.
Yeah, no, it did, because there was always a question in my mind. I've always said, like, did I just miss that? Because it was like just pre-COVID and then going into COVID.
Yeah, it was just after COVID when the shop launched. So we were the first ones to go on the shop. Well, not the very first, we were the first few to go on the shop. And it wasn't being trusted yet. You were literally like, everyone was like, no one's going to use that dancing app to buy stuff.
Yeah.
And then look at us like 2 years later. But we were one of the first, I'd say, to utilise the platform more than any other platform.
Yeah. And what was it? Was it a viral video? Was it slowly wins the race? What was the thing? Like, was it like an overnight?
I'd say the brand development was slow, but the day we launched, I had 80 rolls. I cried in my bedroom to my mum going, what if I get stuck with all these rolls of tape? And they sold in an hour.
Wow.
And then every time I restocked, it kept selling out. And I thought it'll stop soon. And it just didn't stop. But I would say viral's hard. Sometimes I've got a viral video that doesn't get me any sales, but the views are like 1 million. But then I've got a video with like, say, 1,000 views that have sold me.
No, I'm so happy that you've said that, because in my inventory, in my infancy, when I first went onto TikTok, I literally thought it was that viral video. That's what it was. That was what was going to work. And I chased it. And I still haven't had a viral video. I don't even know what you would say was one. And then shoppable videos was something that I just didn't do because of the views were so bad on it. But me TikTok manager explained to me the other day that it only goes out to the UK.
Yeah, because obviously not yet anyway. No one else but the UK can shop it. So they're not going to show it to anyone else, which it does make sense. And then I remember our TikTok manager saying, would you rather 200 people watch it that want to buy you, or 1 million people watch it that don't care? And I was like, oh, actually, yeah. And now I don't chase the views anymore.
No. It is hard, isn't it? Because this is what, like, last summer I said, and I definitely think that you can relate. I felt like my life was chasing numbers.
Yeah.
And I was literally like, I'm not even bothered about this. I don't care. I just like creating. I like the fun of it.
I couldn't stop chasing it. And it was to a point where you don't have to be viral. You don't have to be full of orders every day. If you've got a brand that someone trusts, that will go back to more than 1,000 people buying from you that day. 1,000 people over a month is still amazing. And I was chasing the next thing, and I was never happy with what I had. We'd launched something huge, but I could see a brand doing better. So you were chasing it. Where I think this year, if probably you relate, I've become more settled and a bit more, this is my journey. No one else is going to be the same. And yet it might be a slow month, but next month might be amazing, kind of thing.
Oh, it's so refreshing. It's so good to hear that. And I think that you have to do that. And the thing is with Boosted is no one is ever going to be you. Ever. Like, that is like your brand's identity, and just actually the product is so unique that nobody will ever be Boosted.
And I think that's why it's important, if you are wanting to start a brand, that you're proud of it, to put your face on it. I speak to so many business owners, they're going, I don't really want people to know it's me. I'm like, well, you're that USP. You're different to anyone else. You're the one that can tell. There's a reason why every brand owner makes a brand, and it's never money. There's
easier ways to make money.
If you wanted money, you'd never do it. But if you start a brand, there's always a reason why they've done it. And I love meeting business owners because you learn why they've done it. So if you tell your customers that, they've got more of an emotional connection to you. I have customers come up to me going, didn't really need it, but I wanted to support you that week.
You have that so much, don't you? Or I've already got 3 of them in the house, but you had that sale on, so I'm just going to get one.
Oh, you looked a bit happy in that video, so that make you happier.
No, it is so nice. And that is the one thing that I will never fault TikTok on, is the community that you can, like, it's just unbelievable. I have people now drive from Chester, Wales, like, it's one from Scotland that come to the clinic. They don't know me as the clinician in elegance, but they follow me.
TikTok.
Yeah. So it is. TikTok is the greatest thing, but let's not just like amplify TikTok because you've got other things that you've got going on. So, PrettyLittleThing.
We launched on PrettyLittleThing a year ago next week, actually. So they got this. We announced it a year ago yesterday. And then they launched a few weeks later. But a year on PrettyLittleThing, and we're one of their best selling beauty. We're under beauty and lingerie with them. It's a bit, because we're not a simple product. They don't never know where to categorise us, but we're one of their best selling brands on there at the minute.
Well, I can just imagine, because everyone that buys a dress is going to go
add it on.
Yeah, of course they are, yeah.
It's a really good platform because it's allowed us to get reach. Like the reach we get from people from that is amazing. And I shopped on there from when I was a kid, so I go on it now and it feels so surreal.
Yeah, I bet it does. How does that come about? Is it like, only because the only reason why I want to ask is because eventually that's what I'm going to look into, is obviously other platforms. And is it, do I just hound them with emails?
Wholesale's a tricky one. I never really understood how difficult it was going to be, because obviously they came to us, PrettyLittleThing, which was a really rare account, but that's what TikTok's amazing for. You get in front of all these people. We do some, we've done like last week, we've done an online buy-in trade show, the first ever online one, where we had a stall online and then all the buyers from like Boots, Sephora and all that were on there, and they could get your contact details.
Unbelievable.
And then LinkedIn's amazing.
Yeah.
It's horrendous, but it's amazing.
Oh, I need someone to set it up for me. I just cannot get my head around it.
It is hard, but that's where all of the buyers' emails, addresses are,
right.
Or you can speak to them direct. But wholesale is tricky. I've loved doing it, but you need to make sure all your markups are right. I was so naive when I was pricing stuff at the beginning, because never did I ever dream we'd be speaking to the likes of Boots.
Yeah.
About stuff.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Nah, I was on my bedroom floor just hoping to get rid of the 80 rolls I had. But making sure that, because they take quite a large percentage, but then you've got to factor in everything, that you're still making a profit. Like, I jumped at the chance to work with PLT because it was an amazing opportunity, and I think that excitement can get you overwhelmed sometimes. You have got to think, is it profitable?
Yeah.
Is it going to work?
Yeah. I had the same thing really in a smaller scale, but John Lewis had like Christmas fair kind of thing on, and I had the opportunity to go. I told social media that I was going to John Lewis before I'd even looked at
into it.
Yeah, and when the commission rates and what they wanted from the sales and what that, and I was so new in it. I think I've been doing it for 6 months, and I pulled out, and I was like, it's now the biggest thing where I'm like, do not put on social media until it's the day of.
I am awful for that. The girls shout at me all the time. They go, when you have signed a form, you cannot say anything. I'm like, I know, but I'm so excited. But that excitement can be your biggest downfall sometimes. Like, sometimes it's quite good to just take a minute, step back from it, and actually look into what it comes into. And it's still the best thing I've done, but I think if I went back now, I'd be a bit more thoughtful of my pricing process, because I do want to be super affordable, but the brand has to be profitable as well to be able to carry on. And I think your product is quality, and people will pay for a quality product. And I just think, it's the excitement got me overwhelmed, and I think now when things are coming to me, I'm actually thinking them through a bit more. Yeah,
well, you're more business savvy now, aren't you? We grow and learn. As
no one knows what they're doing.
No.
Everyone's winging it, even the massive companies. I speak to some, in my head, big business people, and I'm like, it's amazing. They go, I don't know what I'm doing from day to day, winging it, and I'm like, I'm glad you are as well.
Yeah. So, say for instance, PrettyLittleThing, they contact you, and you're a small business, and you've got like, I don't know, 100 units on the shelf. Do they give you the money to stock it, or have you just got to take that, you've just got to buy it?
So they will give you a PO of all of the stuff. That a PO means they're committing to that amount of products, that they will pay for that amount of products, and they want it, and there's a date on it when they want it delivered. They then pay 30 days after it's delivered.
Okay,
so cash flow's hard. Yeah. They're 30 days, some people are 60 days, some brands are 90 days. I've heard of some that are 180 days. Wow. So that means I've got to pay my supplier. If I've not got it in stock, I've got to pay my supplier. Then it can take so many weeks for it to come to me. Then I've got to deliver it to them. Yeah. And then it's 30 days after that I get the money.
Wow, okay.
I'm lucky with PLT that it started with smaller orders and it's grown over time. But sometimes, like, everyone always goes to me, you'd be amazing in like Tesco or Asda. And I go, I can't afford to give them that stock and wait how many days that they want to wait.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought. Like, what is it? You just go knocking at bank loans. Like,
I do sometimes think to myself, why am I Klarna to this huge company? Like, I do. And I get it's the way the system works. Everyone has payment terms, but that was something I had no clue about.
No, and that's why I did want to ask, because obviously not a lot of people, you might be like, actually, I'm going to kill you when I get off this, because not a lot of people would talk openly about it, but it is something that the viewers who have got brands and someone like me, it is something you just do not know. You can't find on the internet. You can't search.
No one tells you.
No.
And then the companies are so used to buying big brands as well that don't question it. You feel a bit silly for questioning stuff. And I've learned now to ask questions. Don't act like I know it all. Ask them, because I need to be clear. I can't have a vague email going, yeah, it'll be this and then it'll be that. I need you to tell me exactly how this is going to work. And not a lot of people do speak about it, and I probably am a bit too honest sometimes, but it's amazing, but it's hard. And cash flow is probably the hardest thing. And the girl, I don't know if you follow her, Amy, who owns Odd News.
Yes.
She done a TikTok like last year saying, like, I'm a big business and I struggle with cash flow. I nearly never launched onto Harvey Nichols because I couldn't afford to get the stock in. And it wasn't until she said that I was like, okay, so it's not just me that finds that silly. It's not just me that finds that hard.
It is so hard. It's unbelievably so hard. Cash flow at the minute is something that is going on in here because I cannot keep up with the selling out. And I can't, and if I just had a little bit more money, I'd be able to order more units. And I think, so it is something that definitely everyone goes
People
through.
think selling out is amazing, and don't get me wrong, it's the scariest time of your life. It's because you're always thinking, what if people get bored waiting for it to come back, or the demand's not there anymore? Like, you could order twice as amount of stock, but the demand's not there. The video hadn't gone viral this time, or it's just hard. And I think selling out, people think, oh my God, it's amazing, all your stock's gone. My heart doesn't stop until that delivery comes back in.
I literally went to my mum last night, I'm sold out again, and she went, are you not supposed to be happy? And I was like, no, it's the worst thing. Because especially in my industry, skincare, it's 3 months, so you're not buying another product till you've got on board one from somewhere else. Until that bottle goes, you're not coming back to me.
And you don't really know if the demand's still going to be there. Like, it could just be like a hype in that time, and you've got to, like, with our anti-chafe balm, that's a bit skincare, so we had to wait longer than we normally do for the tape to restock that. And it restocked at the end of summer, and I was like, are people still going to buy it? Are people going to still want it? And it was like petrifying, but then we had waiting lists of thousands of people, but that doesn't mean they're going to buy. People will say to you, I can't wait for that to come back, and then they never buy off you. Or they go, why have you stopped that? And I go, did you buy it? And they were like, oh no. And I'm like, so what do you want me to do?
But back on that, because there's multiple uses for that, isn't there? So I think that's really good to get in, because I've seen the videos.
Yeah, our anti-chafe one, everything with Boosted, I always want to try and make it value for money. I hate having in my makeup bag or any bag 1,000,001 products, because I'm always on the go as well. I throw things in my handbag and I don't want one thing. Yeah. So it is primarily like an anti-chafe balm, so it'll stop your thighs from rubbing together, but it's got no chemicals in it, it's got no fragrance in it, so if you've got sensitive skin, you're fine to use it. It can slick your hair back with it. Me and the girls do that every day, because it's not crusty, it's not white, it doesn't leave residue, and it brushes out your hair, so you don't always have to wash it out. You can use it on your sandals and your shoes to stop your shoes from rubbing.
I know, I've seen that.
Best thing in the world.
Absolutely so clever.
Especially at party season, because strappy heels to stop that. Sequins, it will stop sequins rubbing on your skin.
Yeah.
Anything that digs in. If you go spinning and you get that horrible chafing on your thighs. If you cycle, my friend's boyfriend robbed hers because he goes running. So it's bright pink, but it doesn't have a fragrance in it, so men can use it.
Yeah. No, it honestly, it really is. I've seen, because then also the lip balm, so I'm assuming you could use the lip balm on the nipples.
So I've used nipple balm for absolute years on my lips. It is literally the only thing that ever worked. I remember reading a documentary that, I don't want to say the brand, for Vaseline as a product. Over time dries your lips out because of what's in it, or the fragrance. Anything with really high fragrance level, which you will obviously know, the alcohol level is just so high. So I use nipple balm for absolute years, but they're always in tiny little pots that I can never get my long nails in, or like big like chemistry tubes where this is like on the go, so you can use it on your nipples and on your lips. Some woman on our live the other day was like, oh, they're for your nips and your lips. So I was like, yeah, they are. But multi-use again, you can use it for loads of different stuff, but it's so compact, but there's so much product in it, it will last you months.
And then the last thing, of course, is the tape people are using to hem the pants and stuff. Like, honestly,
people are so creative. So the boob tape as well, we had a girl come in that had one of them Mugler sheer outfits on, and she used it to tape her bum up. We had we had a lady who had like skin on her neck, taped the back of her neck. We have people who we've had quite a lot of people actually, which I didn't think would be a market, who've had breast cancer and mastectomies, and they put the chicken fillet on and then tape the chicken fillet to the skin, because they were like, you can only use chicken fillets in a bra, so like even if I've got something plunge, I can't wear my chicken fillets, so they tape it to the skin. Everyone's so creative. But I was in the Trafford Centre the other week and my pants hemmed down. I'm 5 foot nothing, like I'm so short, so all my pants are hemmed, and I had double-sided in my bag, and I hemmed my pants and they're still going strong.
So good.
Multi-use.
That is brilliant. So then, going on to the business side, you are also a boss, which is another thing that we've got in common. So, like, honestly, I just wanted this conversation with it anyway.
Yeah.
I just wanted to sit down because not only do you build this brand, and then obviously you try and do everything you can. And, you literally had all the tools, didn't you? You could do everything. But then at one point, you had to employ.
I was so scared because it's my baby and it's not even that I expect anyone to love it as much as I do, but you just don't know what people's intentions are. You don't know if they're going to be, I'm not very good at being strict.
Same.
My friends shout at me, I am the one that you can walk over.
Oh, okay.
Like, I always like to keep everyone happy. I'm not good at confrontation. And I remember when I said to my mum the first time I was going to hire someone, she was like, you are going to have to be authoritative. You're going to have to, make a really nice work-life balance for them, but you are going to have to say, this is what you need to do and this is when you need to do it. I got really lucky. I didn't know Meg when I hired Meg. I didn't want to hire anyone that I knew for my first employee because I thought I want it to be business. I don't want it to be awkward. She knows me as her boss.
Yeah.
We're friends now, but that's how she knows me. I got so lucky. Her whole family are involved. And mum comes in when I'm not there. She'll work. She's not like I'm clocking out now. That's me done.
Yeah. I don't think you can have that nowadays. I think that there's a fine line because I do not want my employees to be obsessed like me because I don't want that because that's on me. But I also, if you see something at 11 o'clock at night that you think is going to be boss for our social media,
you want to be excited about it.
I want them to send me and go hey, look at this or thing. It's not like a clocking off time, but there is always that you never want to be a toxic boss, do you? So I never have that we're like a family. I'm I've heard that you can't say that. That's toxic, so it's not. But you want them to be I know that Ella wants us to win because she's going to win with me. I've got a vision board out there of plans of what I want for Ella's life.
What I love as well is I have hired Molly now, my second member. So after there's 3 of us now, they all say we've done this today, or we've sold this many today, and just little things like that, and they do care. And it was yesterday we had an event and they worked so hard, and I feel like when they enjoy their job, you get more out of people. So I'm always if you've got an appointment, you've got an appointment. If you've got to go on holiday, I'm not going to say you've got 1 day left. Enjoy your life.
Exactly the same. I just think it's the new version of bosses, really, isn't it?
And being flexible. I'm not a morning person. They laugh at me in the office. I'm never a morning person. So we start Boosted at 10.
See?
I'm more productive.
So
I'm so much more productive, and I feel it doesn't have to be a 9-5. I'd rather be working on my laptop at 11 o'clock at night than I would to get up at 6 a.m.
See,
I'm not a nice person of a morning.
No. And even if I do get up early, I'm exhausted by 2-3 o'clock, so I'm no use to anyone.
I wish I was one of them people. Sometimes I could get up and go to the gym, be productive, but I am not that person, and I never will be.
Are they real? Are they real, or are they just seasonal people?
And I feel people think if you're not that, I think this is where TikTok can get a bit toxic. If you're not that person, eating clean, cooking all your meals from fresh, never touching any fast food, going to the gym at 6 a.m., then your life's not done.
Drinking, what is it, macaroni?
Being positive thing, because you can have a bad thought sometimes.
Of course you can. And if you haven't got that, then you're not going to. I always say, the thing is with me is, I could walk in here and I am having such a bad time not at home. Family issues, friends issues, something. And then I can come in here and Ella can say to me, well, no, she can say the gas bottles ran out, we've got no toilet roll, we've got no... And really, I want to say, just leave me alone. But I'm okay, no worries. As the boss, you have to just be able to front it.
I did find it hard, and I remember when I'd done interviews, and I felt saying, when I got off the phone to Meg, I was like, did I do well then? Did I sound professional? Because I was more nervous than the people I was interviewing, and I was like, no, but it's worth it. I was scared to do it because it's a big cost to the brand as well. And because I had done it from a bedroom floor, and within a year I was hiring someone full time, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I can afford it, but with having people to help me, I've grew more. I've had more time to product develop. I've had more time to get back to doing the side that I love. And I think I was a bit ashamed to ask for help, and I feel that's really bad. You should ask for help.
Well, you've got to, haven't you? Because to grow, you've got to be able to, a good CEO will delegate. Where an entrepreneur will try and do it all by themselves.
I've read this thing, hire people that do what you can't do as good.
Yeah.
It's fine that someone's better at you than something, because otherwise what's the point in having them around you?
Yeah.
Like, I am a scatterbrain. Like, I'll have 1,000,001 things on my head at one time. Meg and Molly are the most organised people in the world. So they make my life organised, but I'll have the creative thoughts. So together it's fine. Yeah. Where if we were all like me, it'd be chaos.
Yeah, it would be. So what do you enjoy? What is your enjoyment?
I absolutely love product development. I feel like someone said to me the other week, I'm that girl in a club toilet that has everything in a handbag and I share it out. And that's what I want the brand to be. So I want to make products that there is gaps on the market for, more because I struggled for so long finding things. You shouldn't struggle to find things that can help you. So I do love the product development side of things, and I love the creative side. I don't think I'd ever really hire someone social media to be full content, because my content works.
Yeah.
So I'm the face of it. My rough and ready videos work the best. And I don't think I could give that over to someone, because you'd lose the authenticity.
That's not
yeah, and I think I live and breathe TikTok as well, and Instagram and other social media. So I feel like my opinion for social, I don't even think a social media person would like working here, because I'd be like, no, actually I want it like this, or I've got it in my head, but it's hard to say what you want.
Do you like the editing and all that side to it?
Yeah.
Do you?
I am a bit of a geek when stuff like that. Like, I love sitting there.
Well, just in the web development.
Yeah. And I think editing takes a lot more time than people give it credit for.
I know.
And I think sometimes, don't get me wrong, if we ever got bigger, it would be handy to have someone who can edit like I do and learns how I like to do it. But I've found with my content is when I don't edit it, it does the best.
Yeah, oh God.
So just me in my car, or me in the unit, me crying because the delivery's just turned up and I've got a Christmas tree in the front of the room. People love to see, but it is hard. But I think it's hard when you become the face of something, because you obviously want to have a bit more time, or you've got more important things that your time has to be on. When you get bigger, you'll probably know yourself keeping all the business side of stuff running.
Yeah, that was my next question. What about the admin and the finance? And
I hate it.
I know.
I hate my accountant.
We just was not supposed to do that, was we?
I'm
just not.
You've seen that meme? It's like, I'm just a girl. Like, stop asking me to do it. My accountant goes, I really need to sit down with you. We really need to do all this. And I'm like, but I've got TikTok, so I need to be. I've got this. And then she was like, no, you really need to. Or like the business side, but no one tells you about the legal stuff, the insurance, the boring stuff. I hate them, and I hate spreadsheets. I hate it's hard. But
I'm still pen and paper. I still do my income and outgoings in a diary.
I hate it, and I hate invoicing, which is why Molly, who I've just hired, is doing all like the wholesale side of invoicing and all getting all my stuff together, but chasing for payments. And I'm asking for my own money, but I'm embarrassed to do it. And I feel like I need to be a bit more. That's why Molly's quite good. She goes, this is due, this is due, this is due.
Yeah.
And it gets it all in a row where I'll go, oh, I forgot that was meant to be that, because I was thinking about something. And then she's like, no, we need to shout at them. You need to get it back.
Yeah, God.
So, yeah, that's the side I'm not the best at.
My dream is that I just don't even have the bank accounts on my phone. Yeah. I just don't want to. I just want someone to put a little bit of money in my account.
Let me live.
Yeah, just let me live. Yeah. And they just run everything else. I cannot stand the lecky bills, the rent bills. I just hate it.
Do you find it hard as well being the person people come to for the answer? That's the bit I can't say to someone, is this right? Is this okay? Or can I do this?
You know where I'm very lucky in that way is because my mum and dad are entrepreneurs and got their own business, and so my brothers. So we
mindset.
Yeah, it was installed in me. So I know I'm dead lucky in that way. But then also sometimes they don't give me room to
learn it yourself.
Yeah. They're like, no, we've been there, done that. That is wrong.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Let me learn.
But maybe it's like 10 years later. Maybe it's...
No, I do struggle sometimes because I've always had a boss ever since I was 16 when I was in Next. I've always had someone telling me, this is when you're doing this is what you need to do. And if you don't know the answer, ask me. And now I'm the person that people ask questions to. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. This week's episode is sponsored by Cosmetology with Elegance. Affordable skincare, high-end ingredients. We'll link the website below. Let's get back to the episode. So what do you think about this? Because we are so relatable, is what I struggle with, right, is it's actually not what I struggle with. I struggle with other people struggle with it, and I don't understand it. So you know where you see that thing, and they're like, your friends will support a celebrity, but they won't support you, and all that. And you know, my frame of mind is they're not supposed to.
They
They're
don't
only
have to.
friend first. Do you agree with me?
I do, and my friends are the most supportive people, but I don't expect a lot from them. And I think that's when it comes, when people expect it, like every single social media post I put on, share everything I do, like they've got their own lives.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's quite selfish to think that your friend needs to believe in your dream as much as you do.
100, and I'm so glad that you said that, because I'm super, super laid back. I am the friend that, like, if you don't text me in a month,
Yeah,
it doesn't
I'm fine.
bother me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, anyway, I'm chock out busy. But sometimes I do see it. I think I might strangely, my friends are so supportive. They're so bored of it. They're like, what else is she doing now? Like, okay, she's got a podcast. Okay, now she's got, you know, but like.
My friends, I am really lucky. I've had the same group of friends since high school, which I'm 28 now, which is quite rare. When I tell people, they seem shocked. And I'm lucky in the fact that they're so excited for me. And I don't even tell them, they ask me now.
Yeah.
And like, they come to unit all the time. They come for like, they're just as excited. And like, yesterday, my friends were all texting me in the morning, like, good luck today, send me pictures before you put them online, I want to see them before anyone else. And I'm lucky in that way, but I think it is not expecting a lot from them, because people have their own busy lives. Some of my friends are now self-employed, and I think they get me a little bit more now, because they understand what was going on. But
that's it.
I do think people
expect. See it, like, they support Rihanna more than you, and I'm like,
I do as well.
Yeah, like, they knew me before Elegance. I'm just Ashley to them.
And you don't want to ever make them feel like the part.
Oh,
it's like a chore.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's managing expectations. It's like when someone gets married, that's their best day of their life, but it's not the guest's best day. So you can't expect them to be
spending gender reveals. Yeah. Like it's a boy or girl, like it's 50-50.
It's like when you always see the drama of like, I wanted my wedding in Mexico and my best friend said no. She might not be able to afford to go. It's fine. Like, it's not their life, and it's fine. I am lucky that they are interested in it, but I think people have too high expectations of what they get back.
Yeah. But sometimes when I hear it, I just think, oh,
let them.
Like, who cares? But let's talk about yesterday, because yesterday was so exciting for you.
It's been a long time coming. We done a party last year to celebrate PrettyLittleThing, and then I haven't got a party in me. I'm knackered. I haven't got time. I feel like coming up to Christmas as well, you've got so many events going on, and we was trying to think of a way, and I didn't want it to be a content day, and I said this to the girls yesterday. It was a mix of influencers, content creators, and a few customers. It wasn't just a follow account one. It was the ones that post for us all the time, show up for me when we need them, or anything like that. We've done a spa day.
Yeah.
It was 15 girls. None of them could bring a +1. Some of them, it was their first ever event. Some of it was a customer, so like they've never done anything like that. And everyone got on. It was the best day. Everyone was speaking to each other. And then one of the girls was like, I was so nervous to come, I wasn't going to do it. And I was like, you couldn't tell by looking at you, Shania, because everyone just got on and chatted.
Yeah, it was just literally like just a girls' day. Love it.
And I am really proud of my community for Boosted. Like, you probably see it through our socials as well. I have got such a supportive community. And like, it doesn't matter about follow account for me. If you're going to do authentic content, or you just want to try it out, or you do reviews or something like that. And I understand posting for Boosted is hard for a content creator.
Of course.
It's personal. You've got to show quite a lot of skin, and you're being really vulnerable. So I'm appreciative of anything I get. I understand when people say I've got it on, but I don't want to show you. Because I'm so desensitized to it now that you'll see me with my tutorials. I don't have any shame, but the day was amazing. We had a spa day in Liverpool. We had my other friend who owns Dorothy and Jay, a jewellery place, make necklaces. Yeah. We had a breath workshop from a Liverpool woman as well. It was just a really nice day. And I said to the girls when we went in, I don't want you to think you've got to film all of this and make exact content. This is more of a thank you. So it's more like building that community, and I think that's where it's a real shift. Like, I know I hate seeing influencers get gifted holidays, cars, the best, because they've just got big followings. I feel like it's nice to give a community of my customers are the ones that make Boosted a thing. As much as I love my content creators, they don't buy this. Well, some of them do, but they're not bringing that income in. So I think just building that community and just saying thank you. And as a content creator, because I wouldn't say I'm a content creator myself, but I do that side as well. Sometimes you feel like brands just want from you. Like, they give you stuff, but they want the results. You're under pressure to get views. You're under pressure to promote a certain product. And I think just to say, I am grateful for everything you do.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Of course, yeah, because obviously it is their job, but it still is.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. It's hard.
And it's a lot of pressure because there's always another influencer who's got better engagement. There's another one who does something better than you, something that can do something different. And I feel like as a content creator, you're always chasing to be better. And I feel like it's just nice to say, like, I do appreciate it. You have done enough.
Yeah. And I think the way you done it was gorgeous as well. We were only talking yesterday and we were saying, like, events is the new gift and PR, isn't it?
And it's nice to get to know them as well. Like, I had one of our ladies, Christina, she's supported me since the very beginning. She came like an hour and a half away for a 4-hour spa day. We had girls come from all over, and like some were from Liverpool, some weren't, and they make the effort and they come down. And it's like, I've met brands through TikTok as well, who we all go to each other's big events, and I've just been to Manchester for one and they come down to me. We had one last year drive from Norfolk 5 hours just to come to the party. And I feel like showing up for people is the new liking on Instagram. Or I think you make a community by people knowing who you are.
Yeah, and it shows a lot about the brand, because I always say that with us, like, for me, I am not a party girl. I'm not. My event is not going to be in a club, and it's not going to be.
It doesn't reflect the brand.
Yeah, and I think the way you done it was like so, like, body confidence. It was yoga. And it was. I was like, she smashed it.
We had a gorgeous girl, Molly, and she is a customer of ours, and she's just started documenting on her TikTok. She's a hairdresser who suddenly got alopecia. And she came yesterday and she was so confident and she was talking to everyone, and she made me look back and think the things I'm worried about my body is minuscule. Like, no one cares. No one's looking at her saying anything, so why would they look at me and say anything? And I feel like all the girls were so lovely. Not one person was sat on their own for more than 2 minutes. The minute someone was on their own, someone swam up to them. And I feel like I looked around yesterday and I felt so lucky that I'm so proud of my Boosted community. I would never work with anyone who's rude back to me, speaks to me like rubbish, or just takes products off me and then never does anything about it. And I feel like it was just so nice to see them all together. And loads of them said to me at the end, like, I didn't realise how much I needed, like, to stop for a minute.
Yeah, nice.
And I felt like, that's
well
what I
done,
wanted.
babe.
Yeah, I'm proud of that day.
No, well done.
I'm knackered, but yeah, I'm proud of it.
She's actually got a wedding fair tomorrow.
Yeah, I am.
She doesn't stop.
No.
So, talk to me about the future, because where the hell is this going? This is big.
It's actually weird because we're only 2.
I know.
Which is bizarre. And I always think to myself, like, if I went back 2 years to tell me on my bedroom floor what was about to happen, this would have been my top goal.
Yeah.
And I feel like for my own mental health, obviously I have plans that I want the brand to grow into, but I also want to be happy to where I am. And I think that was my biggest downfall last year. Amazing things were happening, but when that happened, I was thinking of the next thing.
Oh,
and it's so damaging.
It, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I was never happy anymore. I kind of did get when you see celebrities, the richest, most famous people you've ever met, but they're not happy. And I get it, because there's always going to be someone better, someone bigger, someone richer, someone anything.
Well, just even your goals, you're just always chasing. It is in us to always want bigger and better and thinking, because that's why you're an entrepreneur. And that's what I remember. So I built this from the ground up, didn't I? It was an empty warehouse and stuff. And all I'd said is, I just want to wear my pajamas and crack a bottle of champagne. I cannot wait for it to be. The day that it happens, there was chipboard still in the glass doors, because the glass hadn't come and stuff, and I sulked. Yeah. And I look back now at all, and I think I didn't even pat myself on the back for it.
And I think all I wanted when we moved into this unit was it to be perfect. And then I was spending stupid money to rush things out. I was crying because the floor was grey, and I was like, we didn't even have a door at this point, and all I wanted was a sign. And then the day I got the sign up, I was like, yeah, but that's not right.
I know, it's horrible.
And I was like
that, aren't we? But let's talk about it, because you've just got your first Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Because I got mine last year, and all I wanted was a cosmetology with
that Christmas tree. As much as we're 2, the first year I was in a little office shared with someone. Last year, our original unit fell through, which we were meant to be moving into. So we stayed shared with someone, and it was all last minute, so we didn't get one. So I put mine up now, and everyone keeps walking in going, what do you want a Christmas tree up for?
Oh, no, I was going up 1st of November.
November is my busiest month.
Yeah.
My ads manager and my team want Christmas content.
I know.
ASAP.
I know.
And I want to enjoy it. I thought, I want to have the unit fest. I hate Halloween. I'm scared of everything scary. everything about Halloween I hate. So I just ignore that it's happening. So people keep going, you've not even had Halloween yet. That doesn't exist in my life. Sorry, so Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
But it was nice because we were a bit quieter now. All of us could get involved with it. We were enjoying it. We were getting it done. And I just think it's handy to have it there for when we want to do Christmas content.
Definitely is. And also, I think it's the beauty of being commercial, because I always say, Ross, my boyfriend, he makes 12 days before, 12 days after. Like, it goes down before it, but 12 days before, where it's the beauty of being commercial, because 1st of November, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Like, how long have you been planning Black Friday for?
Yeah, since last Black Friday. Yeah.
I'm sick of the word of it already.
And I was laughing with the girls because we used to just order stuff when we needed it. I've just put my summer order in, and I was like,
how do you get to that point?
I've not paid for it. I've just got it ready to go. But I thought this year I need to be more organised.
Yeah. I've flocked to Black Fridays, and I honestly thought this year I was going to be on the ball with it.
No,
and
never
I'm not.
I think with Black Friday as well, there's a lot of pressure on Black Friday. And I don't even think I'm really a Black Friday brand, probably with you, because we are quite affordable and quite like everyday needs. Yeah. People don't wait for it.
That's right, you're saying, I'm not playing. I'm not playing with it. I'm not.
And I think I'll put like deals on and stuff, but my product is worth what I charge, so I don't want to put 60% sales on.
I know, and TikTok, they make, like, honestly, how you feel if you don't enter them campaigns.
They wanted me to put our tape on this week for £4. It's £10 for a roll, and
it cost you more to make.
But I went, no, sorry, so now they're not showing us to anyone. But you don't want to cheapen your branding. You don't want people to go, I'll wait for a sale. And I think TikTok's quite overwhelming at the minute.
What I found and what I'm liking is I'm liking these big lives. Yeah. So what I've done now is I'll have the little sales, the bundles and whatever, but it's going to be on my terms. So these 12-hour lives I couldn't do, but the other week I've done a 6-hour one, and I made a skit of it, and I was like, 12 hours too long, I'll do 6.
It is too long.
And I had my own little deals, my own little things on, and it was on my terms. And then I've just done another one, and they were great. And I'll probably just wait every 3 months and do my own kind of Black Friday.
And I think the thing with TikTok is they've made a culture where you compete, and I don't like that culture. Yeah. You don't have to compete with these massive brands that have teams of 20, 30 people, and even TikToks help a lot of them go to TikToks, but like showroom to do it with TikTok. And I think I like doing
You'll be there next year.
I like doing lives because I can do tutorials on my live.
Yeah.
I can speak to people on my live, and whether I get sales from it is another thing, but I think lives, like, you get to know people a bit more.
I love them, yeah. I am going to get a live host, to be honest with you, because the thing that I struggle with cosmetology is obviously I've got elegance and elegance training.
Splitting yourself.
Podcast. Yeah. So, like, I literally need 4 robots at this point. So I'm not on them lives as much as I would like to be, kind of thing, ticking over. So I am going to get a host, but I'm so scared.
It's scary.
How do you get someone to represent?
I used to do that last year. I was doing it for other brands.
Oh, okay.
And I used to do it for like some fashion brands, some beauty brands, and it's a lot of pressure on the person because you've got to believe in that brand. And I don't know if everyone thinks like this, but I can't promote something I don't like. My face doesn't lie. I've got my mum's face. I'm like, no. But I think finding someone that loves it as much, not as much as you do, but believes in the product. It is hard to hand it over to someone.
But you do, it's another thing. And it's such a strange job role. How do you go to the job centre and say, I
want to be a TikTok presenter? And you need to have a certain personality about you. And it's hard.
And tough skin as well. Is that the saying? Tough skin? Hard.
Because people are nasty. And people are the first person to say something negative. Yeah. And I always say 1,000 people could say something really nice to me, but if one person said something horrible, I would fixate on that.
Yeah.
So it's your responsibility of someone getting trolled. Imagine you hiring someone and then they get trolled.
It happened to me and it broke my heart because we did have someone working and she did, and it just threw it and the whole live. It was just, and then I was like, that's on me.
See, where I've grew a thicker skin now, where I'm like, oh, you're not bored, you're not going out.
It doesn't.
And Meg and Molly go on my lives with me now, and they're growing that a bit more. And I think it is the level of, you just get used to it.
The thing is with us is it's our money. So like when there's thing and I'm like, you want to look at the other screen, look how much money I've just made, but it's not the girls' money, is it? They just
it is a hard job, and I think anyone who does anything online, I think people go, oh, it's the easiest job ever. They get given all this free stuff. They have the best life. You scrutinise yourself every day because you're looking at yourself every day.
I've never been on so much diet since this podcast.
But you're looking at yourself every day. You're looking at yourself that close every day. It's not normal.
On a flipped camera.
It's not normal to look at yourself that much. And I think that's a big adjustment.
I always say to Mel, oh, I look old. Oh, I look tired.
I've had Botox 3 times since starting Boosted. I never had it before.
No, it is. But it is so rewarding. So, tell me, because we haven't even touched on Vogue. Excuse me.
I know. They didn't tell us. So, we were in the Glamour Beauty box for summer.
Yes.
And they then put an advertisement into British Vogue. I didn't know. They didn't tell us. My friend bought Vogue and went, Boosted's in Vogue, you know? And I went, what? And she went, Boosted in Vogue. And I went to every shop. The garage over there doesn't sell magazines. No one sells magazines anymore. I went to Asda. No one had magazines. I was trying to find one. Finally found one. And I opened it and it was like a little thing. And the anti-chafe bomb was just in Vogue.
That is insane.
And I laughed because it's a full circle moment, because I was obsessed with Vogue as a kid. And on my 16th birthday, my mum and dad bought me the Vogue that was printed on my, like in 1996, the month I was born. And I've got that in my room and it's in a frame. And then my dad went out and found the exact same frame to put this one in.
Oh my God.
And it was
special.
I was like a full circle moment where I was like, that magazine's so iconic. Whenever we went to London as a kid, I would force my mum to stand outside Condé Nast and I'd go, I'm working in there one day, because I used to want to be a journalist. And I was like, I'll be in there one day. And then I'm actually in the magazine.
Nuts. Well done, babe.
And the fact I didn't know, everyone was like, was this all planned? I went, no.
And you didn't have to pay for it,
No.
which is
Fabulous, yeah. And then we were on Sheer Looks as well, which is like an online publication, and I've followed them for years, and they didn't tell us that was going in.
Okay.
They'd done a full thing on us, all the different products, and they didn't even notify us when it went live. My friends found it again, and I was like, this is just crazy.
Yeah, but it is just the power of social media, isn't it?
And it is just the obvious of putting yourself out there. Yeah, your video might only get 100 views, but that one person could work for Vogue. You don't know who them people are.
That's such a good thing to say, actually. I seen something the other day, and they said, if you could buy 3 lottery tickets, how many would you get? And one video is a lottery ticket. You don't know what one video, so just keep putting them out, because one of them could change your life.
And I read somewhere as well, I'll go, oh my God, that's only got 100 views today. If you put 100 people in a room and shouted to them,
I know, why
you'd be buzzing. Like and I was like, if you showed up to do a talk and 100 people turned up, you'd be absolutely amazed. But because it's just a number on a screen,
I'd like them to switch it off. I would fully enjoy it.
Instagram's done that for a while, didn't they?
Yeah, like I don't understand why we have to see the views.
And I feel like as well, views can not always mean the right thing. You could be getting trolled. You could be getting like, and if you look at some people on TikTok, and I'm not saying anything bad about them, but they're famous for doing stupid stuff, or because they get trolled. Or
the ones that blow my mind are the ones that are famous for like just walking around with the like or just sitting
like
on
eating noodles.
Yeah,
like there's a girl that's got 3 million followers and all she does is eat noodles. Like good on it, but it's just wild.
Yeah, it is crazy, because you can go to the dark side and you're like, why are people watching that? Like, it's very scary.
And you've got to think, like, who are these people? What are they watching? Why are they watching it? And I think that would boost it a lot, because obviously it is boobs. Yeah. It is females, and I think if I get onto the wrong side of TikTok, or if one of my videos goes viral, I'm thinking, oh my God, why? Who's watching that? Why are they watching it? So sometimes the views, I do think they should be hidden.
Yeah, it'd be
what
nice.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. And I have stopped looking now, to be honest with you. I feel like I've been in view jail for the year.
Same.
Like, I don't even so I have generally stopped keeping a track of it, because I used to keep a track and see like, oh, that one's done a little bit better. What did it do on that one?
Sometimes it can just be the look of the draw.
Yeah.
Like it just got shown that day.
Yeah.
But I find loads of my videos from last year start getting likes again, and the views start racking up. So just because it's on 100 views now, it could be on 1,000 next month. It's not. I think you do get stuck looking at the views. If I could say to anyone now, if you enjoy making content and if you like it, make it. Yeah. Whether 2 people watch it or 200,000 people watch it, if you like doing it, do it.
We're a little bit like this with this YouTube now, because have you tried? Are you on YouTube?
Not really. Well, it's a minefield.
Subscribers on YouTube, it can take you 10 years. Like it's
hard.
Probably one of the hardest. And we're doing the same now. I'm just like, just keep going, keep going, just keep going.
But I think with things like YouTube, though, it's more of a craft. Like you have to social media. Anyone can pick a phone up and. Anyone can pick the phone up and do a TikTok. It's not that difficult. Yeah. Whereas YouTube, I always think it's a lot more of a craft. Like, you've got to get the right camera, you've got to have the right equipment, you've got to edit, you've got to make sure your lighting's right, and like, I do think you respect them a bit more, and not in a nasty way.
Well, so I was saying to Ella the other day, because these are all Ella's projects, do you know what I mean? Like, my Instagram for Elegance is stunning. I don't touch it, it's all Ella's. And I said to her, what are you most proud of? Which one are you like most proud of? And she was like, I really love the YouTube, but it's just not appreciated enough.
Yeah, no one looks
like, no one's appreciating
it. It's like Pinterest. I always say to any brand to push Pinterest.
Right, speak to me about this, because so was Amy talking about this, because I use Pinterest for inspo, but you actually post.
So we're starting a strategy with it. It's what I used to do with my clients when I was a social media manager. Pinterest is such an undervalued platform for brands. People love it. People get inspo for everything, and people don't realise if you click on a Pinterest thing that you can put links to them. So say, I use Pinterest for everything. If I'm going on holiday, if I'm redecorating, and it's more personalised. So if people are looking for skin hacks, glass skin, for example, for you, they might find your products, and it's a really good way to utilise your content. It's not an algorithm, so you can bulk upload loads of stuff. It's not, you don't know how many people have liked it, you don't know how people see it, you don't know how many people think, and it's just a platform that brands don't utilise. So while these big brands aren't utilising them, it's like when TikTok first started, you've got that extra opportunity.
Of course.
And I love Pinterest.
It's another lottery ticket.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think as long as you're on every avenue, you don't have to be the best at every avenue, but if you're there on every avenue, Pinterest is something we're really pushing this year, because I let it kind of go down a little bit. And then I know how important it is, I just haven't gave it the time it needs.
What about Facebook?
Facebook, I neglected and I regret it.
Oh, I've heard this, yeah.
People are really using Facebook again.
Oh,
and I don't know what I know. And I spoke to Instagram the other day, and they said don't have your Instagram set to automatically post to Facebook, which was what I had.
We do. I don't even look at Facebook. I just think,
because it was like the Facebook community aren't Instagram's community, so they read it knowing it's come from Instagram. And like, it's like my mum. My mum loves Facebook. She's on it all the time, but she will buy rubbish on there.
Really?
She'll go, I bought this, but it's come this big. I mean, she haven't read it. Like, I don't know what you're doing for. She goes, have you seen this on Facebook? I go, no, because I haven't logged in 4 years, like everyone else.
Sends me links, and I'm like, Mum, I haven't got a Facebook. I can't open that.
But yeah, I spoke to them, like Meta as a whole, the other day, and they were like, utilise it, speak to them like it's a group chat.
Oh.
And he was like, you'll see a difference.
Giving us all the tricks.
Yeah, I don't keep anything secret. But they were like, speak to it like it's a group chat, because then people feel, a lot of people on Facebook, he categorised as maybe a bit lonely, scrolling through, looking for chats, like looking for conversations. And it wasn't until I went on and I noticed, like, I'm from Maghull, and the Maghull community page pops off the amount of people that talk on that community page. I'm like, but it's like conversation-y.
Yeah.
And the way my mum posts and my dad posts statuses, I'm like, it's like they're texting me.
Yeah.
And it's a different way. I get why Instagram statuses don't work on there now, because it's very thought out.
Yeah, where this is just more like, okay.
But it's hard to keep up. There's a million and one.
Because we had Paul, which is he's a videographer in our industry, so we talked about Pingo and all that, and I said to him, is Facebook dead? And he was like, no. He was like, absolutely not. He was like, no, it's not.
It's just hard to keep up with them all.
Yeah, they literally need their own employee for every single one, don't they? We haven't got a social media page as such for It Was All a Dream on Instagram.
Yeah.
We've got one on TikTok because because there's just too many.
And it's like, pictures work better on one of them, video work on another one, this works on another one, and I think you can overwhelm yourself. And I always say, like, you don't have to be the best on every single one.
I like the way you've got that, because you've said that a few times now. I like that outlook that you've got.
And what would happen if you were the best? Like, you're going to burn yourself out. Like, and you might not get sales from it. You could have a gorgeous Pinterest page, but no one's going on it.
Yeah. Okay, so you talked about you always give the secrets away, because I know you're keeping a little secret right now, aren't you, that we can actually talk about.
We can.
Because by the time it's going to come out.
Yeah.
So go on.
And you did say we can cut it out if they delay. So Boosted on PrettyLittleThing, and we are going to be launching on Just By Look, which I'm so excited for, because I've watched them grow from TikTok as well. They showed the behind the scenes, and they start off small and they're bigger, and I know they're a bit like an ASOS for beauty, and they're growing every day, and they've been an amazing team to work on. And we actually contacted them.
Nice.
So it's different to what PLT done to us. But I didn't really have to sell the brand. The man we spoke to was like, yeah, I've seen you on TikTok. You look like you're doing amazing. We'd love you on it.
Boss.
So that's starting, and that's really exciting. And it's weeks. It's like exactly a year since PrettyLittleThing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a full circle, but I'd love to be in retail stores.
Okay, that's what your next question was. Do you think?
Because
Sephora?
Yeah.
Yes. It's all goal, isn't it?
Well, I've just screamed with Molly because they're opening one in Liverpool 1.
No.
They just announced it today, and I went, right, they're opening in 2025. We need to be in it by 2025 so I can go into that shopping centre.
Oh my God, you will be. Oh my God, that's exciting.
But my product's quite last minute. You'll notice me here at like 9 p.m. on a Sunday because someone's like, I've just put my dress on, I need it. But if you're not from Liverpool, I can't give you it that easily. I have people still coming to my house like to pick it up. And I think being in a shop like Boots, Sephora, anything like that you can just nip into.
Yeah.
If you're out buying a dress, you can go and get it. If you're last minute, you can. I know, like me, it's like when you're buying eyelashes or anything, you just run to Superdrug.
Exactly. I was just thinking that. Yeah, you just run to Boots and pick them all up. When you Boots is the one as well, isn't it? There's so many,
and they're in airports. And I just think, imagine I buy anything in an airport.
I know.
Money doesn't exist in an airport.
Time and money is just not.
I'll pay £15 for a sweet. I don't care.
I remember I paid once. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but you'll know it. I needed a nail varnish remover, and the only one that they had was a Chanel one. Can you imagine if it was £40? I remember being like,
you have to.
Yeah.
It's like when you're walking in, it could be 3 a.m. You go, I'll have an Aperol strip.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I think airports would be a bit, especially for like the anti-chafe stick and like even the tape, because it was funny. I went to Gran Canaria in May, and the hotel was gorgeous, and I think I gave tape to 12 people. Because they were coming up going, I've got this out, I've got it in my hat, I've got it in my suitcase, do you want some? And I was like, Molly, who I went with, was like, you've literally marketed more today than you ever have in your life.
Yeah.
So I think, like holidays.
You don't stop, you never stop, do you?
Well, last minute products, I think. People say the high street's dying, but I don't really agree. I like going into a shop, I like shopping.
Yeah.
I think online is obviously taken over because time.
I don't know about clothes, but I definitely know. I ran to Superdrug this morning because I'm going away the weekend. Like I don't think I would not order off Boots what I need.
No, I don't think I've ever done their website.
I would never do like if it's like personal care. I would go and buy.
The only one I really use is like Look Fantastic for like stuff that I know because it comes within like 4 hours now.
Look Fantastic can get you in a chokehold though, can't
it?
Oh my God, you go on for one item.
And it's like if you spend £74, you get free delivery.
and then you get little freebies.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll pay all that just to get that one little thing.
Yeah.
I do think in-store would be really good for us. It's just finding the right one, and I think all retail stores have their own little customer profile, and they all have different customers, and I think finding the one that matches our customer. Yeah. Which would be really exciting. Yeah. But Sephora, if you're listening. If you're there, yes, please. I'll give you my life. I'll work for you, I don't care.
You know, one thing that I have took is you're very intelligent. You are a very intelligent person.
My mum laughs because I am at what I know, but I have no common sense in life. Yeah. Like, my mum goes to me, I don't know how you get through life.
No, you're quite business savvy though. You are. Like, I know you feel like you just winged this, but there's no way. There was definitely the tools up there and you definitely had it.
I think as well, like, I know I'd done a degree and I did do a degree kind of in the same field, but don't let that think. A lot of people think if they've not got a degree, they're not good enough. I'm not even going to lie, my degree was amazing, but you learn yourself a lot of it along the way of a creative degree. You don't have someone coming into you going, this is how you think differently to people. This is how you are creative. You kind of just are. And I think I have loads of people, and I think just don't get downhearted thinking that you're not.
No, I'm not a uni person myself. So it was only last year I'd enrolled in to do cosmetic science. Don't know why I thought it'd be a part-time thing.
It's not.
A few hours. No. And I just opened the training academy and I just opened this, and Ella was literally like, it's 5 days a week. You do not have 5 days a week. Like, where are you going to go? You've just opened all this. And then I thought about it and I was like,
you don't need it.
I'll just pay someone who's got one. I don't personally need that certificate or that degree, because I'll just, when I do need that and I've got my own lab and I'm making it, I'll just pay someone who does.
And like we were saying before, like it's fine to hire, you're allowed to not know something.
Yeah.
And I think hiring someone that knows what you don't know is the best thing that you'll ever do. And admitting you don't know something is the best thing. Like, I've worked for bosses in the past who are incapable of admitting they don't know something.
Okay, so let's take it away from the business side. what do you do apart from Boosted? What are you doing for fun? I know it's such a hard question every time I ask people. They're like,
It's hard because I find Boosted fun, and I know that sounds proper geeky, but like I don't really stop with it. But I've started to get into like Pilates. I love doing Pilates now, and like me and my friends have started doing like we painted prosecco bottles one evening and had food, and we're all kind of at the same level where we're all ready to not be going out all the time and drinking all the time. And don't get me wrong, we still go out sometimes, but yeah, like just spending time with them, with my friends now as adults is so nice. Like only one of my friends has got a baby so far, so we do loads with her, and we're all in different parts. Like one of my friends just got engaged, my other friends, I'm still living at home, one of my other friends is, and we're all at different levels, but it's quite nice to just do nothing sometimes, but with people, and think, I don't really have hobbies. Boosted is my hobby.
Same. That's what I always say. I enjoy this. This is my life.
I'd love holidays to be a hobby, but fitting them in.
I know, and having the mental capacity to switch off. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I was with that breath workshop yesterday, and I was speaking to her, and she was like, "You should just try and do it before you go to bed. Like, learn how to do it." And I was like, "Yeah, but the minute I'm in bed, I'm like answering emails and scrolling." She was like, "Turn your phone off."
Oh yeah. See, I do sleep mode. 7:30, my phone goes on sleep mode.
And I wonder why I have anxiety and I fall asleep scrolling.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My phone will be on the floor when I wake up.
Have we just been taught that this is wrong and this is bad? And you know what I mean? Like, who actually says that it is?
I know, and I feel like if I have quite bad anxiety, which I didn't realise I had. I was really shy when I was a kid. I'm an only child, and I was really, really shy. And I thought it was shyness, but I think when I look back, it probably was anxiety. And I read somewhere, like, I fall asleep with Benidorm on Netflix, and I've watched it 1,000,001 times, but because I know what's going to happen, my brain switches off.
No, I'm actually going to tell my boyfriends about that, because that is exactly what happens to me.
My favourite fact.
And I thought that's something new that I've just learned today, but it's definitely true.
And you don't think you're weird then? There's a reason why you do it.
No, it's like clicked in my head. No, that's brilliant. So, if people are looking for you and they don't know, where are we getting you? Where is your social media handles?
So we are Boosted Tape on Instagram, Boosted Tape on TikTok. No one else had that name. Luckily, it's very easy to find us. Website's boostedtape.com. My TikTok's Beth Wainwright. I talk about Boosted, or I'll talk about the journey on that as well.
Yeah, you've also started doing a little bit of your own social media, haven't you? That I like.
I actually started it before I'd done Boosted, and my TikTok was growing as me, and I work with loads of amazing brands now as well through that. But I think a lot of brand owners are doing that now.
Yeah,
you follow them.
Personal brand.
But yeah, I think it just shows your personality off a bit more, and I love things that aren't related to Boosted as well. So it's nice to show your personality somewhere else.
Yeah.
I love going out for food, so you'll find me tea everywhere.
Right, we're going to wrap it up, and I've absolutely enjoyed having you. I feel like I just need to sit on the couch with you and have a conversation anyway, so I'm glad that we've recorded it. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed having you on, and thank you so much. Because I know how busy you are.
I'm tired. No, thank you.